Out with a girl who wears a burqa. I lecture for a living, like on Jewish history.
Death of a father.
I don't really have any real friends.
I was abusing lots of substances, actually.
What's up, guys? It's me, Karim. A lot of you sent me this video to respond to. It's a really heavy video, but I'm gonna do it anyway because you guys wanted it. So let's take a look at the video. The question, why I left Islam. The answer to this question is the Quran and Muhammad and their teachings on moral standards and conduct. You see, over the past few years, I have found that I am no longer able to defend the Quran and especially Muhammad's morals and conduct. A lot of you sent me this video. Some of you were upset, some of you were like, what's going on? Please respond to him. Well, I'm gonna respond, but I'm not gonna make fun of him and I'm not gonna chastise him. Animals act purely on instinct. They don't reason. We have the ability to reason, so we have to know why we are doing certain things. So this is where I fall at. I like to question a lot of things, and then sometimes people take it the wrong way. I've had Muslim friends who I don't talk to anymore who literally cut me down because I used to question things and ask them questions that they couldn't answer. The reason why I ask is not to make them feel stupid or try to pick at them. It's because I want to know, and these are things that I've always been thinking about. And then, you know, they would obviously say I'm not a Muslim and call me atheist and yell at me and whatnot, but that never bothered me because I knew my faith. I knew how much I loved it. And you could tell from this man over here, he loved it very much and he deeply studied it and looked into it. There is things in religion that we are not going to understand and that's beyond us. Religion is mainly interpretation. Some people take religion figuratively, some people take it literally, and some people take it as personal growth. But then there's people out there who make it rough for you and make it harder for you and say, no, it's either you follow everything in the book or you don't follow it at all. In the past, I have done my best to defend Islam, and in particular to defend Muhammad from the claims and charges made against him. Islam can defend itself. And with the life of Muhammad, peace be upon him, we are never going to really know the pure life that he lived. We're never going to know because we weren't there. So you cannot really defend. You can't really defend what it is people are saying. People are going to say horrible things, people are going to say great things, but you're never really going to know. Now the thing that upsets me about this man is that there's a reason why he converted to Islam, right? And when you convert to Islam, you convert to it knowing everything about it. You don't convert to something just because you like 60% of it. You convert to something because you are 110% sure that everything in that religion is what you want. So what made you convert in the first place? If you think about that, it was obviously something good about the religion that made you convert. As shocking as it may seem, both the Quran and Muhammad teach that it's permissible, halal, to capture and rape female war captives. It's tough when you hear something like that. I have a hard time believing that. You have a verse like this that you take something out like that, I feel it's out of context. But to be fair, I can't, I'm not a scholar in it, so you need a scholar to tell you. There's just so much knowledge you can acquire from Islam that I feel like it's never ending. The Quran in chapter 4 verses 22 and 23 informs Muslim men about the categories of women which they are forbidden to marry. But in ayah number 24 we read, وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ إِلَّا مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ. Also forbidden are women already married, except those whom your right hands possess. So we see here in the Quran an exception, an example, where it is permissible, halal, for a Muslim man to marry a woman who already has a husband. This is my interpretation of that surah. Basically, they went into war. They had prisoners of war. And of the prisoners of war, there was women. Over time, obviously, these women probably developed a Stockholm syndrome, which is basically they fell in love with their captors. So for example, you have this captor who's now attracted to this woman and she's attracted to him. But the issue is, she still has a husband. So they asked, what are we going to do? Like, they felt uncomfortable. They wanted to pursue relations, but they couldn't because the women were married. So then there was a revelation that came, which gave them permission to marry these women, even though their husbands are out and about, because you never know, they might die, and they want to be together and consummate. Whatever they want to do and have kids, whatever.
And all married women are forbidden unto you, save those captives whom your right hands possess. It is a decree of Allah for you. Lawful unto you are all beyond those mentioned, so that ye seek them with your wealth in honest wedlock, not debauchery. And those of whom ye seek content by marrying them, give unto them their portions as a duty. And there is no sin for you on what ye do by mutual agreement after the duty hath been done. Lo, Allah is ever knower, wise.
So then there was an issue of paying for the slave that people bring up from that surah. Believe it or not, we still do this till this day. We're supposed to give the family money. It's called a dowry. It doesn't mean these women are slaves. It's something that we have to do out of respect. It kind of shows that we are able to support their daughter and at the same time respectfully support the family. Now it's hard for a lot of people because some of the dowries that, that these families ask for their daughters is a whole lot. Damn, I mean, chill. I mean, she ain't worth that much, Like, they be asking for a lot of money. Sometimes upwards of $50,000 as a dowry for their daughter. So, some people do that, some people don't. In the end, that's my interpretation. I can't prove to you that's exactly what it was because we weren't there. I like to have a positive outlook in religion, and I like to see, and what I see is obviously not as dark and sadistic as some people make it to be. A lot of people are following religion blindly. A lot of people. I was talking to 5 Muslims at one time, and I brought something up to them, and I was like, did you know about this surah? Why is this surah here, and why does it say this? Because that's wrong, is it right to do this? And they're like, oh, what? Where do you get that from? It's not in the Quran. What are you talking about? That's not in the Quran. And I was like, are you serious, guys? These are 5 Muslims who went to Muslim school. And these are people blindly following. And then I send them the surah and I send them where it was and a chapter and everything like that, and they couldn't believe it. They were shocked. And then they told me like, oh, they didn't teach us that in school and everything like that. So to make a long story short, religion is always going to be this ambiguous thing when it comes to the harshness of it. I feel like religion just shows you the raw truth of the world. It doesn't sugarcoat it for you with honey and rainbows. It shows you the truth of what people had to go through and the decisions they had to make. But then a lot of you might be asking, then Karim, why are you still a Muslim? Because I believe that because of Islam, I am who I am today. The love and compassion that I've showed is from Islam. The respect and honesty that I've showed is from Islam. The fact that I don't steal and I can't trick anyone is from Islam. The fact that I would lend someone money and not ask for interest back is because I'm Muslim. See, these are a lot of beautiful things that make me a Muslim. I am a Muslim because of that. Just because I don't follow every single thing or I don't understand every single thing doesn't make me any less of a Muslim. I think in this day and age, being a Muslim is something different than it was being a Muslim back then. And Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that. He said the people of today will understand the religion better than we do. You can never ever force anyone to do anything. If this man wants to leave Islam, let him leave it in peace. That's it. We're not living back in the day. We're not living in the old days where everything was done by the sword, okay? I'm actually with this religion because I grew up with it and I learned so much from it. I just can't bounce from it, you know what I mean? I feel like that's like I used it, like I took all the great things from you and now I'm out of here. So, no, I want people to see me as an example of what Muslims can be. You know what I mean? This is my response to the video. I hope that you guys show this guy some compassion and not show him hate. Don't prove him right. You know what I mean? Because if you guys, all you like disliking, whatever, how about you don't dislike the video at all? Go and comment him some words of compassion. Show him what Islam is truly like. Don't rip him apart for trying to speak out, because this man has done a lot of great things for the Muslim community, and let's not forget that. I have a lot more coming because there are a lot of people who have decided to attack me and want me to respond to them. I will be responding to them, so yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I love you, and with that said, peace, love, and unity, and I'll see you later.